So it was a short break, just to deal with some personal things. They pop up. If you're single, without kids, you don't really have a whole lot of friends or anything, then you probably don't know what I'm talking about. You probably have, minor stress, but sadly, well, not even sadly, but, I am one that has a family and wife, kids, friends, everybody. So there was a little stressful point in time in my personal life, not going into too much details, where life was just getting a lot for me and my wife. But there is kind of a silver lining. We both kind of fixed our stuff, reevaluated our priorities as far as a couple and where we want to go with this, and how we can fix things between us. That conversation was had, so decided now would be a good time to try to come back to the gym. Y'all know I cannot stand being away from the gym, so I told my wife, we're okay going back to the gym if that wasn't the problem. It wasn't the problem. It wasn't the fact that I do go to the gym, 5 times a week. It's not the problem. The problem was stress. And I realize that now, there's been a lot of stress in both me and her lives in the past 2-3 months, just between me getting a slightly better job, but I had to wait for it, so there was a lull where I wasn't making any money. That's why I'm trying to get this to pop off, so that if that ever happens again, we have something to fall back on. But then, while I am working a full-time job at Butterball and stuff, I'll have an extra source of income. So we're just getting things figured out, trying to reprioritize our dreams a little bit. I still want to do my app and fitness training or personal training and stuff. She's trying to find out something she wants to do that could or could not correlate with my dreams. Either way, we're just trying to figure stuff out. We're still young kids. We're both under 30. So it's definitely a trial and error run for you newlyweds and new parents. It's a trial run. Don't stress yourselves out. Like this is lifting aside just good advice. Don't stress yourself out. Take life one day at a time. Take each squabble, each disagreement, one word at a time. Don't focus too much on what you say, because you do tend to have, to say things that you don't mean when you're pissed. Everybody does. Even my wife, even me, everybody does. So I'm working on my temper. She's working on her attitude, and hopefully there won't be many more hiatuses, and I can go back to full-time lifting. We also know my schedule now. It's just about 1 to 9 every night, 1 to 9:30 every night. So yeah, we got it somewhat figured out. There will still be nights where I'm not able to make the gym, but if Grandma's there, she's already said that she does not mind staying, because I get off before 10 now. It's not like she's going to be there from 12:30 to 1 o'clock, so there should be less breaks and less skipping. Y'all know I don't like to skip the gym anyway. Nothing much else to say. A little bit of a personal thing to say. Make sure some of you guys are doing okay, but let's get in there and knock this leg day out. We got one more week of the bulk left, so I think at the end of the bulk we are gonna do like a physique review and see what we're looking like from the beginning of the bulk, which was when I was staying in Fort Smith and I was like 185 to 190. So be a nice little comparison, see where we're at. Just weighed myself. We're at about 217, which is reasonable considering today I played like 3 hours worth of basketball. And then I've also been kind of like on a cleanse. So I haven't taken any of my vitamins or any creatine or nothing like that. So I'm not holding as much water, which is a good thing because we kind of see where I'm at without the water and the food. Except I've got like 2 solid meals worth of weight. So probably around 215 realistically without all the water and the food. But that's not bad. That's what 35 pounds compared to where we were when I started this bulk. Unless I was under 180. If I remember, I think I might have been under 180. Even 175 ish. So if I was, dude, we gained 45 pounds. That's pretty good. Or even 40 pounds. That's pretty damn good. And then to be 225 one time during the whole bulk, that is so nice. But that was during Thanksgiving week when I had all that food. Christmas dinner was a little bit lighter. It was like a Mexican Christmas dinner. So we had like enchiladas and Spanish rice and stuff. Super good. And I ate so much of it, but I just didn't eat as much as I ate Thanksgiving Day. And I think that's just because I was tired of bulking, to be honest. But still feeling lean, even though I've bulked up 30, 40 pounds. Still kind of lean. You can see my abs and everything. Which I've had some comments from family like, bulking, you're getting fat. I'm not getting fat. It's part of the bulk. You're going to lose a little definition, gain a little bit of belly around. But if you can still see your abs, dude, you still have room to bulk, in my opinion. Like, people are so misconstrued by like body dysmorphia and like the 0.01% that's on social media that's showing off all year round. I'm not one of those guys. I'm one of those guys that's like, trust the process. You got to get a little fat in order to gain some muscle, then sometimes that's genetically what you got to do. I'm not a guy that can main gain because even just a little bit more activity burns right through everything that I've eaten that day. I have a super high metabolism still, almost 30. So that's not for everybody, obviously. Some guys have to work to get that weight off, and some guys just can't force themselves to eat enough. So, that being said, don't do exactly what I'm doing because it might not work for you. Don't bulk up a lot and eat 45 to 5,000 calories a day for 5 months to gain 40 pounds. That might not work for you. You might get a little fat, or you might not be able to gain enough if you have higher metabolism than me, which is pretty high already. But it's because I do fasting, and I break those fasts with high protein, high calorie meals. And that is statistically proven already to higher your testosterone and your metabolism. So I just do a couple of the neat tricks that Hollywood does, kind of to do the same thing. And then if I have like a time I want to make like, which this isn't really me. I'm really more of just you see me as I am in that state of that day or whatever. But if there is a short that I make that I want to look good on, like my next, because I'm already thinking about ways to make my intro video better. And that next one that I do, I'm going to try to look a little better for some of those poses and stuff so that I have, you see me at a decent state instead of just bulk the fuck up like I was. Either way, we're loving where we're at right now, and I cannot wait to start the cut on Thursday. But enough talking, one more set. Red rum. Okay. Very self-explanatory. Just it's like 11. All right, get this shit. Oh my gosh. My legs like stopped me before I went. Yeah, I think we'll do one more. Paradise, been spending most of their lives. I decided one more here. I can feel that one more will get me the stimulus that I need. We're at 260. Not too heavy. Just enough to finish off what I didn't finish off with squats and the first two sets of the heavy pressing. Get the glutes nice and activated, and then we'll finish pumping up the quads and the hamstrings. We are cooked though. I played a lot of basketball earlier, so I wouldn't doubt it. My body is pretty tired. Tomorrow is a good rest day before we restart our split, from a little bit of a break. I had to hit legs today because I've been skipping legs and I hate, y'all know I fucking hate skipping legs. Sorry for my language, but I really cannot stand skipping legs. So this one every other week Tom Platz thing is gonna bug me a little bit some days. And I'll still be hitting like legs on my other leg days. It'll just be a heavy leg day one day, and then the next leg day will be like deadlifts, RDLs, then just leg curls and leg extensions. It's not going to be nothing crazy. It won't be like squats, leg press, or even some days I'm going to do lunges. It's not going to be like that. It's just I need a deadlift day too, but I don't want to do them on the same days as leg days necessarily. So we're going to make those every other leg day, which means we're also going to do that this upcoming leg day. It's going to be our first deadlift hammy day. It will be mostly hamstring focused on those days. It's kind of what Sam Solik is doing right now. He has like a super heavy quad focused day and then a super heavy hamstring focused day. Just because it takes legs a little bit longer to recover. But nothing really else, dude. I'm super happy about the way this bulk went. And we got 4 more days, or 4 more days until the first, and that'll technically be on leg day. So then we'll have a shoulder day after that, especially if we have the babysitter situation all figured out. Uh, that's really it, guys. Please keep watching. I know things are stressful sometimes. I'm not able to put out videos. If y'all really even care, if y'all don't, just put them on for background noise and stuff. But your boy is really trying to make it on stage July and possibly even in August. So trust the process. I know it's slow going sometimes, and I hope I can show enough progress with this upcoming bulk review uh, that you guys have some faith in where I'm going and the trajectory of my possible career. But if not, then that will just motivate me to train harder and eat better. And I don't want to get a coach just because if y'all know anybody, or if y'all know this bodybuilder by the name of Dorian Yates, he would train with people and get help from tons of people. But by the time show time came around, he was doing it all himself. Because I like his mentality too. Because he said he wanted to take full responsibility for what he put out on stage. So if I were to get a coach, like Coach Greg or Hussein or any of them guys, uh, it would be me pretty much giving credit to them for their training and their diet and whatnot. Granted, I am trying to get Hussein to kind of help me out once I get the money with my platform and stuff on the social media side of things and business side of things. He's doing great. He literally cannot be proven he's not a natural so far. Everybody's tried, and they can't prove that he's not a natural. He's went up against tested athletes. Like, there's just nothing you can do to prove that my man is not a natural. And I hit him up and asked him like if he could help me out. So when I have a little bit extra money, I'm gonna try to get with Hussein Far at and try to get my, social media game down. But as far as that, we want to try to do everything by ourselves. Not much of a coach, just going off the knowledge that I have about lifting and about dieting and stuff like that. So please stay with me. I know it's a long process, but if y'all know anything about lifting weights and about dieting and stuff, it does take forever. And that's why I'm going, 7 months, well, 3 months, and then a refeed week, and then like 3 more months uh, prepping for this show. It'll be a cut and then a prep. So please just stick with me. You guys are amazing. You guys have been commenting and liking and everything. I really, really fucking appreciate it, and I cannot say that enough. Uh, if you guys will just keep watching, don't give up on me just yet. I do work really hard while I'm in here so that I can put something on stage July that everybody that watches these videos will be proud of. Not just me, not just my family, not just my wife, like everybody can be proud of. This random guy from Arkansas without any coaching, out of nowhere, just came up and took the competition by storm. That would be awesome to hear a commentator say that. But either way, that's still very, very far into the future. We're not looking at that right now. We're just focusing on every lift as a lift and trying to get the most out of every single lift so that I can grow and recover perfectly. Well, maybe not perfectly, but adequately in order to put something on stage for you guys that y'all will know that I know what I'm talking about when I'm saying things about hypertrophy and dieting and stuff like that. It's less of a reality check for myself, more of like a showcase of what I know. My knowledge about dieting, my knowledge about healthy foods and stuff like that. It's more of what I want to do with this show and possibly get my name out there to coach. Not saying I won't do more shows because if I'm really good at it, I will do hundreds of shows and make my money that way. Phil Heath, I think, did 42 in one. Oh,
Greg Doucette. He did 42 shows as a natural. So I know it's possible, and it's an old man's game. You just got to stay with it. We're going to stay with it as long as possible and try to get somewhere in the world. Maybe put Arkansas back on the map. I know Austin Reeves, and some choice guys like Jalen Williams. Like, there's some choice guys putting Arkansas back on the map. But I would love to be another name contributing to the fact that Arkansas is kind of booming now. With that being said, let's try to finish this workout the same way we started it, with that intensity. Even though the knee's starting to bother me a little bit, we're not even going to worry about it. We're going to take this one rep at a time. Oh, popping and everything. We're not too heavy, so we'll hurt ourselves. So I'm not too worried about it. All right. I just can tell I ran a little bit too much, little bit more than I should have today for wanting to do legs, or should have done legs tomorrow. But I have worked Monday, so that wasn't something I wanted to do either. Tomorrow I can focus on recovering how my legs hurt, receiving them and whatnot. Okay, let's get it. Ah, 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 ah. Okay, we were gonna go for a 12 split. I may pop on the way down. Oh, it's good here. Next one will be the curl, and then we're probably gonna do one leg for 2 sets on each, and then go back for 2 legs for 3 or 4 sets on each too. We're gonna make it three, 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 three. 3, 1 leg apiece. Same on that. 3, 2 leg apiece. Same on that. Okay. All right. One more here. Okay. Good stuff. We'll probably do sets of 10 this time. Okay. Whew. And now my wall. In my AP going cycle, my mama bet like Michael. Can't really trust nobody with those jewelry on. That feels good. One more just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on leg curl. One swing. Let's drop. Take it to the smoke shop. We gon' get it right. Tell me the real. Before the night. Maybe going cycle, little mama bet like Michael. Can't really trust nobody with all the story on you. Alright. One more set here. Push through the pain. It only hurts while you're here, and then it stops. Good stuff. Oh. And hear me cry. Hold for this last set. small rests. 2 more sets. And if y'all haven't noticed, I'm starting to take inspiration from all my favorite golden era bodybuilders. Like the 45-second rest to possibly 90 seconds, that's like as most as I get, is because of Jay Cutler, because he only took like 45 seconds in between sets. And he was one of the greatest of all time, literally rivaled Ronnie Coleman, who is the greatest of all time. So, and then, my leg day things are coming from Tom Platz, because he had the greatest legs of all time. The back day stuff is coming from like Kevin Leroney and a little bit like Phil Heath style lifts, because they were pretty broad backs of their days. And Phil Heath, I don't know if y'all knew this, but he was natural and would only lift for like 3 months before the show. And he would be so little and then get, 3 months out of the show, take a very small amount of like TRT, maybe not even TRT, but like something he needed specifically for like either mass gain or hardness. And he would rival the best that are lifted year round and took massive amounts of gear. Like Phil Heath is another one. If you guys want some hardcore lifting and some great advice as far as hypertrophy and all that, granted, he does probably have like golden genetics as far as most of them golden era guys come, but I think also his lifting style was just one of the greatest. That's why he made so much progress. But I don't really have much else to say. I just want to try to bust out these next 2 sets. And then we'll get in the car and do our car talk. Cardio today was 3 hours of basketball, so you guys know. It was a lot of basketball. Like, a lot. It'll probably come out, there's a small chance that the basketball video came out before this video was done editing. But at the same time, I might release this one and then release the basketball video throughout tomorrow, so that I have a video every day this weekend, technically. I guess except today, Saturday. Okay. One more set. I'm feeling it, guys. Just we finish pumping our legs up for sure. And we'll do one more pose down before the bulk's completely over. There's a small chance I actually do pose downs on every other day too, but at least one more good solid leg pose down. The end of this bulk, I kind of want to do each individual body part pose down, and then at the very end, do a full physique review like on our leg day this week. On leg day this upcoming week, sorry. Head's starting to hurt a little bit, which means I'm getting tired. But I got 1 set left, so let's just knock this out real quick. Come on. Okay.
Woo. Very successful leg day. Didn't go as heavy as I wanted to today as far as the weight goes, but I did play basketball all day and my knee was a little bummed. That's okay. We definitely did enough to where my legs are cooked. But that's pretty much the last heavy leg day of the bulk, and the last, y'all see me all thick. Well, it's not the last you'll see me thick, it's the last you'll see the thick ass legs. We'll have one more, like, it won't be a leg post down because it'll be like a full body on the first. And the first will technically be our first cut day, but I won't be cutting the first day. It'll be the same to stay with, or not to stay, but to have energy for that deadlift session on that first. We're still deciding if we want to remax. We might remax and then, you know, hit the lifts as they go. But I also work all week, so there's a small chance I'm going to be too worn the fuck out to max. And if that's the case, it's okay. We're just going to, you know, max when we can. But we're feeling great. The bulk is going great. I got so much energy. Ready to cut though. I've missed cutting. I miss being shredded. It's good to get tired of bulking because, you know, eventually that just means you're ready to lock in to cutting. And I am. I'm so ready to lock in. I love locking into bulking, getting that mass, getting my pecs looking like they're crazy, you know, because I feel like this whole bulk, my pecs probably grew the absolute most. Like my pecs and my arms. My arms got pretty decent size this bulk. But we're ready. We're ready to start seeing some crazy striations and less like fat around the nipple area and the belly area. Don't be afraid to see a little bit of fat on your physique. Sometimes it's necessary. You need to gain a little bit of fat so that by the time you are ready to cut, your body, you know, is able to burn through all that because you've been, you know, doing your fasting and stuff through even your bulk. You can still fast. You know, just take your bulk days seriously and your fast days seriouser. Hopefully that was the right terminology. Like the right, not terminology, but grammar. Nothing else to say about a very successful leg day except don't skip it like I was the past couple weeks. Really, that's it, guys. If you're not in the gym, get your ass in the gym. If you are in the gym, you're doing a great job. If your name is Jim, hi, I'm Austin. Tomorrow will be possibly a rest day / like arm day because I didn't do arms this week because of the personal issues. I did back, by the way. I did not post the back video because I didn't care enough to go and edit it while me and my wife were fighting and all that. So there was like some personal problems get in the way of putting out back. But personal life before hobbies and before social media life. So I'm sorry if you guys, you know, were actually a little sad that I wasn't going to lift anymore. But I'm back. Me and my wife figured some stuff out, and hopefully it's not going to be a lot more of those hiatuses. But that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Stick with it. Just have faith in me in the process, and we'll all go to the top together. I'll remember my first day one viewers. I'm going to remember every one of you guys. You all do so much for me as far as, you know, liking my content and at least playing it in the background of whatever else you got going on. It actually means so much to me. And it's a journey that's been slow on the grind, but I've been slowly getting better, guys. Like, we went from 3 subscribers to now we got something like 42 or something like that. Because I've got a few now, there might be a new subscriber like push-up challenge or something, or new subscriber sit-up challenge. Something crazy for that, because we're getting a few now. Pulling in. That's really it, guys. Just keep watching. Have faith in the process. Don't give up on me. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.